I hear encountering the vampire. Nosferatu.
Okay, so let's talk about the Nosferatu trailer, which I talked about already last week when it first got introduced to us through the Bike Riders screening. So if you went to see the Bike Riders, you saw the Nosferatu trailer, but it hadn't made its way to the online world just yet. Today it has, and we're here to discuss it and break it down with pictures and all. Last week I just had to do it by references and all of that. So let's get into it, but before we do, I want to ask you to subscribe. We're on the road to 35,000 subscribers this month, and we're a couple of days away. We'll make it, I don't know, but it'd be fun to get to it as close as we can. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tons of giveaways, tons of videos all this summer, so don't miss out on that. Go to our Instagram right now because we're doing a giveaway for Dexter's Laboratory, the entire series, so go check it out over there on our Instagram at the Culture Elixir or provided on the screen. Let's get into the Nosferatu trailer, which, oh man, are we ready? So if you haven't gone to see Robert Eggers' Northman the Witch, I highly recommend it. And of course The Lighthouse, because Eggers just continues to deliver. I really vibed with the Northman when it came out 2 years ago, and I'm excited to see what Nosferatu that's gonna be. So this movie has gotten a ton of casting throughout the years that it's been in development. At one point we even had Anya Taylor and Harry Styles as Thomas and Ellen Hutter, who of course are now being played by Lily Rose Depp and as well as Nicholas Hoult. So the trailer starts off with Lily Rose Depp's character of Ellen as she is calling out to something in the night, saying, come to me, and then a ghastly hand comes and grips her throat, and then we cut to the trailer as she screams. So the original Nosferatu is set in this German town of Wisborg, where we follow Thomas Hutter, and he is sent to Transylvania by his employer, who is this estate agent named Murnau. And basically what he has to do is visit this new client named Count Orlok, who is trying to buy the house across from Hutter's home. And so we see this in the trailer as well, and I don't know, this person on the horse, is that Count Orlok before Count Orlok? I don't know, it kind of looked like Bill Skarsgård. It's kind of fast, but I think also it could actually just be Nicholas Hoult riding into town. What we do see, however, is that Ellen Hutter's character is suffering after this witnessing of evil, as she says, as she asks Willem Dafoe's character, who is playing this professor, if evil is something that exists or within. And I really love these aesthetic shots as well of the castle for Count Orlok, as well as the way that this costume design is going crazy in this movie. Honestly, look at this, Willem Dafoe in this get-go. I'm excited for this movie 100%. Willem Dafoe is playing Professor Alvin Everhard von Franz. As you know, I love to say that name when I was talking about the trailer last week, but I also remember hearing that Willem Dafoe is playing a vampire hunter of sorts, so I think that Willem Dafoe wants to have an encounter with Count Orlok to take Count Orlok out. It looks like Nicholas Hoult will be, of course, meeting with Count Orlok, and it doesn't look like it's going to be that good of a meeting. In the original film, he kind of got the heebie-jeebies, if you will, after Count Orlok wanted to suck the blood off his thumb. So I don't know how they'll do it in this new movie here. And I'm also very curious about how this story will be told, and I feel like it might just sort of stick to the original one as well, how that one was told, with Nicholas Hoult maybe trying to help Count Orlok to buy land or something, and then eventually Count Orlok becomes infatuated with Ellen and he will stop at nothing. This person, at first when I watched the trailer the first time and it was quick, I thought that was Count Orlok, but I think it's actually this older man who we see later on in the trailer biting off a bird's head, because that's just normal, right? This is one of my favorite shots right here. It's actually the hand of Count Orlok, like the shadow going over the town, which I think is very ominous and so symbolic of what Count Orlok is doing here, as he's sort of taking siege of this land now. And if you know, like from Dracula and stuff, that's the reason Dracula lives so close to the town, so he would sort of have somewhere to feed all the time, and sort of his powers of trance and stuff like that would also get the people in sort of a hypnosis at times. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to come into play here. But these scenic shots here, as well as we see the townspeople with the burning fire and all of that, really love this. Like, I think the set designs, the costume designs, really on point with the directing and the acting. This is definitely a best picture contender in my opinion when it comes to award seasons, for sure. So we see that, of course, everybody starts saying he is coming, he is coming. I mean, how many people are going to say it before we get, but no, I'm just messing around. I really dug that vibe right there. But we see that Ellen is really going through it. We also see that Nicholas Hoult's character of Thomas as well, as you see, and it looks like there is some vampire hunters who are trying to take down Count Orlok before all hell breaks loose, because we see there's some funeral funerals being held. So we do see at one point as well Count Orlok feeding on someone. So things are going to get pretty bad, I feel. And this is one of my favorite shots even before the trailer release, because now we get it a little bit more of the scene, and that's Willem Dafoe's character of Professor Alvin Everhart von Franz just standing in a fire right there. And that is just some dope imagery, honestly. We get a little bit more of the characters, and it looks like this is as soon as Count Orlok might make his presence really well known. And this shot of Count Orlok being almost seen but not really love how they're hiding it. I mean, Bill Skarsgård talked about it during a recent interview about the fact that Count Orlok's design was meant to sort of entice you but gross you out at the same time, which I think is very interesting. Emma Corrin here, who is playing Anna Harding, can be seen briefly, and I really dug the vibe at the end of the trailer when Willem Dafoe's character says that we are dealing with a vampire, and he says Nosferatu, which is the Romanian word for vampire, I believe. But we also get this final shot of Count Orlok, who is the character that Bill Skarsgård is playing, who is the vampire, of course. Now, when it says for the premise of the film, it says Robert Eggers Nosferatu is a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. So, I mean, the gist of the story basically is this. You have Count Orlok, who is a Nosferatu vampire, whatever you want to call him. That's where the title is. But basically, they are infatuated with Ellen. I won't get too much into the original because I feel like you should definitely check it out if you have it. But he basically is trying to get as close as possible to Ellen. In the original, he talks about loving her neck and stuff like that. So you know what that's going to mean. And, you know, Thomas is there trying to protect his wife as much as he can as well, but how do you protect it from something undead and all that? So it's going to be interesting to see what everybody's different takes are going to be on this, because I feel like we're going to see some characters with different agendas as well. Ralph Ineson is in this as well as Dr. Wilhelm Sievers. You have Aaron Taylor Johnson playing Frederick Harding, Emma Corrin, Anna Harding, Simon McBurney as her Knock, which of course is going to be, as I said prior, the boss to Thomas Hutter. Willem Dafoe playing Professor Alvin Everhart von Franz, and of course starring Lily Rose Depp as Ellen Hutter, Nicholas Hoult as Thomas Hutter, the husband, and Bill Skarsgård as the terrifying Count Orlok. So this movie will be coming out on December 25th, just in time for Christmas. I mean, if you didn't have Christmas plans already, you have Christmas plans today, because you have to go see this movie 100%. Very excited for this. And like I said, I'm so excited with how this movie looks. Like the set designs, the costume designs, everything. Like finally getting to be able to go through this trailer and just look at all of these images. I'm definitely there on board. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on the trailer. Like I said, Nosferatu means vampire. Count Orlok is the name of the vampire. So definitely keep that in mind, because I've been seeing that a lot lately. And you know, it's normal. I used to think that myself too until I watched the original one. I thought it was always Nosferatu because I watched that SpongeBob episode like everybody probably did. Anybody making a big deal online, I just don't understand why people get so pissed off about things like that. You could just correct someone and tell them, you know, this is how it is, and then we can get excited for Count Orlok in Nosferatu. But as always, that is going to do it for me. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. 35,000 subscribers is the goal. Very excited to get to that. And you know what? I am going to keep talking about Nosferatu. We're going to be discussing more of the film, and we'll probably make a retro review for the original one. I watched it. I think the last time I watched the original Nosferatu was about maybe 8 years ago. So I definitely would watch it again just to get a little bit more acquainted with the story. Like, I just remember the gist and all of it, but I'm definitely going to check it out again and we can discuss it even more. So anyways, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Let me know your thoughts on the trailer itself. What do you think about it? Do you think this is a movie that could definitely go to award season? I could definitely see it. I mean, I think Robert Eggers' previous films have always gotten critical acclaim, so there is no denying that this is a film that's stacked with award ring to it. So we'll see what happens come next year. But this movie will definitely be one of our most anticipated movies now, and I'm definitely on board with it. Everything about it just looks great. And you know, the curse of Nosferatu, the whole way he's going to take over this village as well, I'm sad. I'm there to watch it on Christmas Day, which is kind of funny to watch a movie about a vampire terrorizing a small town on Christmas Day, but that's where we are this year. So anyway, as always, that's going to do it for me. We got a video on Longlegs coming out. We got a Superman video as well. We haven't gotten comic book stuff in a long time on this channel, but you know, the DC universe, it's doing something different, so we might discuss a little bit about it because I'm kind of in the middle about what's going on over there. But that's a whole other video. If you don't want to see that video, don't worry, don't watch it. We got the horror stuff coming too, but we'll be doing some comic book stuff as well. So hit that subscribe and hit that notification bell. Go enter our Dexter's Laboratory entire series giveaway over on Instagram at the Culture Elixir, provided on the screen as well. And let me know what you think about the trailer. As always, stay safe, stay positive.